2023 Estia Province blue team. We've got a couple of Techmarines. First up is Marky. We also have Romulus Berserk. These guys start off in range combat, put out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Looks like salamanders over here for Romulus. Alongside, the great Cornholio is a plague champion that starts off range combat with a damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's very slow. Red team, a couple of Warlocks. First up is Andreas Leonhardt. And we also have Dog. These guys are melee spellcasters, can leap into combat, some powerful disruption support and offense. This guy chasing down some scouts over there. And alongside they have another Techmarine. This is Tramp, the Warmonger. 3 Techmarines then. How many beacons and or turrets will we see? I think it's been a good while since I've seen a Techmarine drop both a beacon and a turret. This map is okay for it, since on the west side here you do have this conveniently located barrier to put stuff behind, although I think it's better to be put up around tier 2 time when you have more stuff and your ally from the mid can come help you defend it. Those tactical marines and the Techmarine ducking it inside the bunker. The Warlock just knocked them over. These guys taking a lot of shots, gonna have to back off there. Meanwhile, mid, Cornholio against Tramp the Warmonger. Heretics getting close to getting a model off these tactical marines, but that shotgun blast will probably get them off the field. Plague Champion took a lot of damage early on. These CSM doing a good job tying up that Techmarine. He's in danger of going down if he's not careful. In fact, he might want to just run the hell away right now. There he goes. These Marines now in danger of dropping a model or two. CSM going after the scouts. I think they should be turning and melee attacking these guys, who in turn shoot down the heretics. Can they outshoot the Plague Champion though? Plague Champion runs away. He did get a tactical marine model off them, and now here come the CSM to fight, and bad engagement for the Marines. Need to run away here. And he might get another model on retreat. He does get another model. That turned into a pretty good engagement for Cornholio at the end. Meanwhile, east side, very messy stuff. Destructor going off. Banshees in amongst tactical marines, instead of them flying. 2 tax drop and only 1 Banshee gets away. I don't think the Warlock can take down this last model here. Does knock the Techmarine flying though. Andreas with Banshees into Dire Avengers into a Shuriken. Shuriken on the field now for Dog. And we have Devastators for Tramp. Cornholio with double Heretics could get grenade launchers up, or some Raptors to hard counter those Devastators, or just go around them. Shotgun blast really can wreck Banshees. They're getting the aspect of strength. Got to try and get the range damage pressure on these scouts early from the Dire Avengers before you sending your Banshees, to try and get them out of position so they can't shotgun blast. Much easier said than done. There's tactical marines there trying to force melee on them, which is just one of the ways you can deal with these Dire Avengers with your Marines. Would be the Warlock's job to tie up the Marines and try and stop them from getting close to your Dire Avengers. They're taking shotgun to the back, this Warlock now. Pretty uncomfortable it turns out. This is a Shuriken for Andreas. And we do have Raptors for the great Cornholio. These guys jump into combat and suppress units when they land. Great counter for setup teams such as these Devastators here with their heavy bolter. Shotgun scouts will be there to counter initiate with their shotgun blast. But they will need to wait a few seconds, because after they jump they will have those, I think it's 4 seconds of knockback immunity, so that that jumping animation doesn't bug out and stuff. We'll see how it plays out. Raptors happy to get kind of close here. We do have some grenade launcher heretics too, with an aspiring champion. The other squad in the default melee state. There's a jump. Cornholio needs to back them up, and does so. Now trying to shoot down these scouts who have not used their shotgun blast. Not sure what they were waiting for there. Raptors doing a good job, but now under pressure. They're going to drop a model on retreat. I think here comes some Eldar support too. The Raptors do drop a model. Scouts use their shotgun blast eventually. Oh, Plague Champion with the Breath of Noble Heal there. Tied up, but the Banshees really doesn't want to be tied up by those guys. They can really threaten those low-level heroes, especially the non-melee ones. Banshees might be in trouble. Where's the Doom Blast? There's no Doom Blast here. Might have finished them off if he did one. Maybe. They get away with 2 models as it stands. There's some more Nogli Worship. But the Techmarine happy to just stand and shoot them down there. Get away with 3 models. Tier 2, I just saw from Tramp there. Players will start to think about it now. Andreas, with double guarding weapon team's dog, has dropped his Banshees, but does have double shurikens as well. We have Assault Marines for Marky Mark and Assault Marines for Romulus. Every player on the blue team getting some jump troops up in tier 1. Heretics get away with 2 models. Scouts get away with 1. And this contested power here is noded, as is the contested power on the eastern edge. Not sure what these scouts are up to. Might want to shoot down the node, fellas. I think they think they're going to run into Eldar, which might be true. Banshees for Dog. He's replacing them over there. What do we have on the Warlocks? Oh, channeling runes for Dog to help heal up his Banshees. A really powerful heal. And the terrifying Merciless Witchblade for Andreas. Bad news for Marky Mark's Assault Squad. Big chunks of damage per hit and drains their energy so they can't jump and escape. And if Banshees are around too, that could be incredibly painful. CSM for Cornholio with their Eternal War upgrade, buffing their damage across ranged and melee attacks. There's a jump from his Raptors on the Devastators there. Don't think you want to keep your Marines near them because they're also going to get suppressed when they land. Look at this. Turret going down right in the middle from Tramp, which is a strange place to put a turret. Very little cover from those side attacks there. We'll see how it does. Marky Mark, though, skirting around the Eldar, outmaneuvering them for a second there, getting a generator too. Very close to getting 2. But here come the Banshees. Getting dealt with relatively nicely. Just ran into a wall of fire there. But here we see the double shurikens doing their job against the Marines. They jump one and get shot by the other. And drop a model, in fact. Can they finish off the second generator? They do. Should run away now, I think. Marky's trying to stay in play as long as he can. Scout's taking a lot of damage. Nice grenade too. Really nice grenade, in fact. And Dire Avengers there, down to 1 model. Seen a lot of fighting over this particular area from the Plague Champion and the Techmarine. Raptors get a good jump. Devastator's in trouble. Really confused about the placement of that turret. I mean, if we look at the firing arc, Cornholio will be able to very easily get around it and just shoot it from the side. Looks like he's going to ignore it for now and go for power. It is, remember, it is taking some population from Tramp. So if Cornholio doesn't think it's a threat, just ignoring it might be the best option. East side, that wreck point's uncapped. Looks like power got hit. Not sure if anything actually dropped. The node might drop right now. Techmarine trying to get closer to the Shuriken, gets caught. He's got his mastercrafted bolter with that nice... gets actually taken down. Got that suppressive shot on hit, high-powered shot. Down goes that node. That is emboldened from the Dire Avengers with their X up. There he is, looking fancy on the right there. Oh, Touch of Nurgle Raptors. Very powerful tool to use, since Touch of Nurgle scales off the health of the model it's on that explodes. So get your Raptors into trouble, use Touch of Nurgle, and you can do some real work. Dreadnought on the field for Tramp. Before Cornholio even gets to tier 2, that's how heavy Cornholio's tier 1 was. Got Fetid and Mucus and Aspiring Champion and Grenade Launchers and Raptors and Eternal War. Whereas Tramp, I think, only got Shotguns and Devastators in tier 1. Got his Bionics up now, not sure if that came up in tier 1. There's that Dreadnought. Starts off in this melee form for Space Marines. Very powerful at dealing with any dangerous melee on the field. So it's incredibly bad news for the Raptors. They're just going to want to avoid the Dreadnought at all costs pretty much. Cornholio responding with some Plague Marines who do have an anti-vehicle weapon. Might need a bit more than that though. Oh, Andreas dropping both of his shurikens in those exchanges over here. Completely missed that. Level 3 Warlock for Dog is all the way over on the west side here. Plasma Cannon Devastators misfiring. I think they were aiming at the Warlock, and then as you can see, the Warlock went out of the firing arc there, causing the misfire. Oh, look at this. A melee Techmarine, Axe of the Mechanicum, and Bionics. The classic Assault Squad versus Banshees fight there. Looks like Banshees coming out on top. barely. Assault squad dropping a model. They do have their sergeant though. Raptors now for Cornholio. There's Touch of Nurgle again. They eat a grenade. Haven't dropped a model yet. There's a drop. They do have their aspiring champion and another model dropped, who has a power fist and melter pistol, which is pretty useful. Tactical Marines dropped in by Marky Mark, right into trouble, but they might take down the... Oh, in fact they do. Take down the Warlock. Nicely done. The drop pod does provide heavy cover, as you can see there. Those two green dots next to the Tactical Marines health bar, either side of it. Wraithlord on the field for Andreas, and a Wraithlord for Dog. Very popular choice out of tier 2 for Eldar these days. Hold tier 1 with your shurikens, do some damage with Banshees, and then get your Wraithlord out. Here are the Plague Marines. Slow moving, tanky squad with a snaring missile launcher. Very, very useful for various functions. Can tie things up in melee with them because they explode on death. Can also cap pretty well because of their general durability and help you take out vehicles, of course. Dreadnought of Warmonger going to town on these enemy assault marines. In fact, almost finished them off, but that is a dead Dreadnought now, I think, because it just got Orbs of the Omnissiah and is now getting melter gunned down by the enemy Techmarine of Romulus. This guy is trying to tie him up in melee. In fact, throws out a Bionics. Can he get away here, the Dreadnought? I think he will. Nicely done. Nicely done there by Tramp to save his Dreadnought. Now being chased down by a Librarian. Meanwhile, mid still kicking off in this kind of passageway between the mid and the west side. Lots and lots of bolts of fire. Banshee trying to get into combat. Heretics are there worshipping. Cornholio's melee heretics are where? Oh, they're over here. They've built a shrine and are worshipping it, which gives you reinforcement of the shrine, which is pretty damn useful. And to your allies too. Wraithlord charging in though. Smack. Plasma gun Techmarine from Tramp with Bionics, as we saw, using it to save his Dreadnought over there. And some Stern Guard veterans using their Kraken rounds against the Plague Marines. They should actually be using their Hellfire rounds, because Plague Marines are regular infantry, they're not heavy infantry. They just have tons of hit points and health regen. Plasma Devs trying to get a shot on a Wraithlord, can't quite manage it before it gets out of that firing arc. And now it's just going to break this shrine to pieces, I guess. Yep. Wraithlord of Andreas has the shoulder-mounted shuriken cannon. Almost 47 piercing DPS just from that thing. It's useful. Down goes the shrine. Missile launcher hits going in from these tactical marines over here of Marky Mark. You'll often see a player drop marines in tier 2 to get Stern Guard veterans up, but doesn't seem like Marky Mark has done that. He's got his missile launcher going. Raptors of Cornholio are tier 2, have been used pretty well so far. There's a jump onto these Dark Reapers of Dog. Very powerful ranged squad against heavy infantry with Inferno damage. Took a big chunk of damage there. Not sure what was going on. I think that was the demonic strength or whatever it's called ability from this aspiring champion. Or just a really good special from the Power Fist maybe. Took a big chunk of damage there. I think it was a special attack. Chaos Dreadnought for Cornholio with Mark of Zinch. Really strong ranged anti-vehicle. Can also use it to suppress groups of infantry with Frenzied Barrage. Try and shoot down that Wraithlord. Where are the Plague Marines? Plague Marines not getting involved. They're having a little rest over there. Really needs to be using them in this fight, I feel like. Here they come. The Zinch Dreadnought is not shooting at the Wraithlord. Instead shooting at the Dire Avengers. Gets them off the field. We have Melter Gun and Orbs and Plague Marines and the Mark of Zinch Dreadnought. They might be able to get one of the Wraithlords here if they're willing to chase. Red team are backing off. Blue team looking quite powerful. The Space Marine Dreadnought trying to get in around there. They have built up a fair amount of anti-vehicle now. We have missile launcher tactical marines too. No sign of melter bombs. In fact, Romulus does have melter bomb on his assault squad. Tier 3 for Andreas and Tramp. Marky Mark already in Tier 3. Not that far off from dropping Terminators or maybe a Venerable Dreadnought. Love me Venerables. Scout squad level 3 for Marky Mark. Capping up this west side. 2-1 cap for blue team. Very, very close though on VPs. 285 to 259. Red team regrouping. Thinking about how they're going to approach. Might be worth just pushing through mid right now, I think. Stone Guard veterans for Romulus and this really cool skin that they get. Apparently found in an old codex. That armor pattern over there. 285, 246 on the VP. Still a 2-1. We have Dog over on the west side now. Double Banshees there from 2 players. Level 2 Raptors going to jump on the Dark Creepers. Really targeting them, it looks like. But they jump into a Shuriken and are taking a lot of damage. They should get the Dark Creepers off the field though. Yes. And they didn't drop a model either. So job done, I guess, there. Kicking off in the mid. This turret is still around. So I guess it stopped them walking through mid whenever they like. Plasma Cannon gets a direct hit on the Plague Champion. He can get up though. Land Red Redeemer on the way for Marky Mark. It's a big deal. Tier 3 now for Romulus Berserk. Tier 3 also for Dog. Everyone's joining the Tier 3 party. Might see the Plague Champion transition into his fist to help caps and stuff. Space Marine Dreadnought trying to get in behind for a nasty flank. Looks like he's just running away now. I'm not sure what he's up to. Trying to get into a path for Emperor's Fist maybe? Nope. There he goes. Oh, bang. Smacks a Plague Champion into pieces. A Plague Marine, I should say. Chaos Dreadnought barely escapes. Oh, it does not escape. I think it was a shoulder-mounted right lance from the Wraith Lord that got the last hit there. 285 to 197. Orbs of the Omnisci hit all 3 of these guys. The 2 Wraith Lords and the Space Marine Dreadnought. Are they all going to survive? I think they all survive. Dreadnought's actually done really well for Tramp. Where's the tier 3 stuff? Land Raider's almost out. Raptors jumping back in from Cornholio. Have been really good at targeting those isolated range squads. But now runs into double Wraith Lords. Wasn't isolated for long, were they? Drop a model Raptors, but it wasn't the Inspiring Champion, so I don't think I'd be too bothered. What's this? Oh, it's a Nurgle Shrine still. Also suppresses nearby enemies, which is pretty cool. What are you fellas up to? Are you turning into Vanguard veterans? You are. They take a knee when they're upgrading. Or rather, it's kind of like them getting benched and they're like, alright fellas, you're out of here. Let's bring in some Vanguard. And here they are. Bunch of power melee weapons. Power Claw, 2 power swords, and a Thunder Hammer. And now they have the support of a Land Red Redeemer. This thing allows it to reinforce in the field, can also retreat back to it, which is a huge deal in a team game because your entire team can retreat back to that in the field and get right back into the fight. Escape bad positions pretty easily. Dropping a Stone Guard veteran there. 21 red for killing a Stone Guard veteran. Not bad at all. Oh, Space Marine Dreadnought eventually goes down. Looks like he had some fun killing stuff though. Librarian almost finishing off that Techmarine. Has these 4 staff, which is like 71 DPS, I think. Yep. Power melee. Here's that Land Red Redeemer. Twin linked assault cannon, multi-melter, and those massive flame storm cannons on the side. Like super, super heavy flamers. 2 Wraith Lords still around. And now they're in tier 3, they can get Wraithbone, get even more durable. Raptors jumping in. Took a while before they decided to start hitting things and actually got knocked over by a force barrier. But they do get the Devastators out of it. Banshees have found a Plague Champion. He suppresses them with Unholy Stench. He's level 5. Good engager for the Eldar here. Potentially these guys could run in and grenade those heretics as they get away. In fact, they're retreating a complete... Oh, they're retreating back to their Land Raider, I see. I wonder if they know there's a Land Raider. They maybe do now if they clocked the direction of that retreat. Not sure if they've seen it yet. Nurgle Worship all the way over here to help out those Plague Marines. Yep, Andreas is calling out that he's seen the Land Raider. Fire Prisms on the way for the two Eldar players. Tramp has a Land Raider Redeemer of his own. He's got it in the middle right now, doing a weird reverse maneuver. Land Raiders are not susceptible to rear armor hits, but you still want to be facing forward for your guns to fire optimally. Raptors again doing a pretty good job there. Jumping in, doing damage, getting out. Level 3 now. Missile launcher shots on the Wraith Lord. Backing away towards the allied Land Raider. And here's a Fire Prism for Andreas. Dogs just hit the field. Might come in right over here too. 2-to-1 cap for blue team though. Red team unable to push through with any real sustained pressure. See Council mixing it up now. These guys all retreating back to the Land Raider. Do they have any nukes? I think Andreas and Dog, yes, they both have an Eldritch. This could be the end of the Land Raider if they follow up this assault here. This guy's going to go down. Was he just getting vision for the Eldritch? I don't see it. Here comes the other Wraith Lord. There's an Eldritch. Wow, massive chunk of damage to the Land Raider and shuts it down. Can they follow it up here? Raptors getting melted under fire. And another Eldritch does finish it off. Down goes the Land Raider. Big win for Red Team. Or was it? Because they lost both of their Wraith Lords. I think taking down the Land Raider was worth 2 Wraith Lords maybe. It's a hard call, but taking down a Land Raider is a big deal. Marky Mark can't get another one up. And really, aside from just continuously backing off, when he saw that first Wraith Lord coming in, wasn't a whole lot he could have done to save his Land Raider there. 2 Eldritches, I mean, what are you going to do? Got any weapon team might die. Yes, the Plague Champion taken out with some damage over time from his bolter there. Fires at his normal rate under suppression, the Plague Champion. Got some Terminators called in for Romulus. Dog down to just 3 units though, dropped his Fire Prism. This is the Fire Prism of Andreas. He's getting another one. Help knock things off caps. There's a double cap there for Red Team. 241 to 112 on VPs. They've got over 100 to make up. But the Land Raider in the field is going to really help him. Need some repairs right now though. Need to keep this guy repaired. Level 5 Techmarine with Orbs, Bionics and Plasma Gun. Bit of a weird mix of stuff there.
An ally has taken a victory point.
But he can do various things. Plague Champion is going to come revive the Techmarine. Don't think it's going to level him to 8.
The Codex has started. Guides us to victory.
And that was a Breath of Noble heal. Should have waited until the Plague Champion, the Techmarine was up to heal him too. Or maybe it's just a selfish Plague Champion. Why should I help? Servant of the Corpse Emperor, he thinks. 2-to-1. Can Red Team put a little pressure on Blue Team's natural, maybe? Do not see any webway gates up on the minimap yet. Warlock of Dog doing some work. Got the Witchblade of Kernus up. Providence also, and channeling runes. And there's the Providence. He's now invulnerable and gets tons of great buffs. Massive energy regen. Lowered cooldown on his abilities. It's pretty damn effective. West side, some Nurgle Worship as Cornholio tries to cap. Plague Champion doesn't have his fist yet. Predator tanks on the way now for the 2 Space Marine players on the blue team. That's kind of getting shots. There's that Land Raider in a pretty good position, I think. Raptors jumping in, trying to make things happen alongside some Vanguard veterans there. But they are persuaded to leave. Marco's each Predator tank for Cornholio. 165, 112. Red Team holding on to the west side barely. Can the Stone Guard veterans get this cap? That is nasty. Double Fire Prism shots into a Plasma Cannon. He did get the decap though. What's this? Terminator's pushing forward for Romulus Berserk. They have their Cyclone Missile Launcher too. Big threat to Fire Prisms. Should be able to dodge them if you're paying attention. Oh, look at that damage from those Dark Reapers there. Wow. Fire Prism continues to get shots in. Those guys can't quite stay in the field for long though. Banshee's a big threat to those Terminators in melee combat, of course, with their power weapons. Another Nurgle Shrine. I think that's the third one I've seen. Getting shot up by Terminators of Tramp. You see that inspiration on kill going off. We do see the Plague Fist for the Great Cornholio. Red team are taking the west side. Plague Fist doing big chunks of damage to the Terminators. They're happy to engage them though, or are they? I think they saw the las cannons from this thing and maybe thought again. Orbital bombardment going in. From who? From Tramp? Maybe. Not actually sure. Might be Marky Mark. I think it was Marky Mark. Red team do have this side though. 150 to 112. What about east side? We have things capping. Not much action on the natural VPs though. It's all west side for now. Las Cannon might get a shot. Oh, it does get a shot. Slows down the Predator tank. Almost finished off by the Cyclone Missile Launcher. Not quite. Now needs some repairs. Techmarine's right there, but he's not repairing. Orbital here from Romulus. Got some Terminators. Made some things back off, but not a whole lot else. Not really going to threaten the Terminators with it, I don't think. Wow, nice plasma cannon hit though on those blobbed up Dire Avengers there. Where is the Plague Champion? Oh, he's back at base. Going to say, why is he not capping? I think he tried to cap, and that's what happened. Got sent back to base. Vanguard veterans on these Terminators here. Power weapons slicing through that Terminator armor, but they're being helped out by these Fire Prisms. It's not knocking over these allied Terminators, of course, but it is knocking over the assault squad. Oh, Nurgle nuke from Cornholio. Bad news for those Devastators, who are going to retreat right through it, I think. Yes, they are, and they get turned into mush. And these guys might retreat into the badness as well. Yes, the badness. There's a lot of badness there. They survive. 120 to 112. Very close on VPs. Avatar of Cain on the field for Andreas. A nice Wailing Doom. Wow, almost one-shotted those plasma devs. And I think he's going to finish them off with the melee attack here. Smack. It might be the case of the team that kills the other team's Land Raider wins here. Tramp gets the cap for a 1-to-1 cap because Romulus is doing a hell of a job contesting the natural VP of the red team here. In fact, he's capping it with a Librarian. There it is, Dark Reapers getting the scouts off the field. Now putting some hurt on these enemy Terminators here. And Witchblade of Konus will hurt him too. It's a power weapon. Boom. Can he get a model off him here? Teleporting away are the Terminators with 3 models still up. Red team needs to get their VP back, but there's still stuff here to contest it. Assault is jumping in. And they will get away okay, I think. Providence up for the Warlock there. Looks like it's going to turn into a 2-to-1 again for the red team. 4 Fire Prisms on the field and a Land Raider. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough for the blue team. Marky Mark down to 3 units. Great Cornholio floating a lot of resources here. Not sure if he's waiting for the Great Unclean One. Might be too late for that. 115 to 94. Predator tank goes down for Marky Mark. Tactical Marines caught well out of position here. Tramp doing a good job with his Land Raider, actually keeping it relatively mobile. A nice Eldritch. Wow, killed a hell of a lot of models there. Decimated Cornholio's army, drops his Raptors too. He's down to just double Heretics. Marky Mark down to 2 units. I think that is GG. I think that is GG for blue team there. 97 to 94. VPs are very close, but the armies are not. Yeah, Marky Mark commenting that the nukes won the game, and he might have a point. They took down a Land Raider and just did a big chunk of damage there.
The enemy is
Great Cornholio's nuke wasn't bad either, but the orbitals were kind of weak. Didn't do a whole lot. Look at these heroes. Level 4 Techmarine got a level 8 Plague Champion now. Up to 1100 hit points with the awesome damage resistance from the Pestilent Strike. Blue team are not giving up. Looks like they're trying to head through the mid. Cornholio comments that he does have the nuke, which could swing things here. Land Raider Phobos on the way for Cornholio. Look at this. Last kind of Predator tank just driving right through, not giving a crap, and shooting down the Fire Prism. Fire Prism is not very good in 1v1 fights with those tier 3 tanks. If you can utilize its range, it's pretty good, but it's much easier said than done. Venerable Dreadnought dropped in by Tramp to help defend this VP. Land Raider Redeemer on the way now for Romulus. Venerable Dreadnought, I don't think it's going to last very long. In fact, goes down almost immediately. There's another Eldritch. Stuns the Predator. That Predator goes down. That was a Fire Prism shot. 60 to 94. Blue team fighting to the end and capping the VP. Well done, Blue team. Well done indeed. Terminates here down to 2 models, but it continues to contest. Plague Champions there. Fire Prism actually knocking the Space Marines off their own cap. And again, knocking their own player off the cap are those Fire Prisms. Note that the Techmarine shield does not protect him from knockback. It does have that nice accuracy debuff for enemies though. Level 10 Techmarine over here. WTF from Cornholio, not sure what he's talking about. Land Raider Phobos on the field. Is going to come straight through the middle, looks like. Red team will get their VP back eventually, 60 to 66. The beacon is up. This is Mark's beacon. Mark target there on Tramp's Terminators. This is from Mark as well, the Signum armor. VP's very, very close. Blue team somehow still in this. Cornholio now dropping some Chaos Terminators. Is that enough to get a cheeky cap here? What the hell was that noise? Oh, was that Gate of Infinity? Level 3 Librarian. Land Raider Redeemer from Romulus. Where's the Avatar at? Is he west side? He is west side. Blue team going for broke through the mid. Do they have any nukes? Maybe Romulus has one. Not quite. Tramp is floating resources like crazy. Not sure why it's not buying stuff. Maybe he thinks the game's over. 32 to 66, it almost is. Vengeance rounds loaded in by the Stone Guard. Level 4 Stone Guard veterans. Over 2,200 VPs. Here comes the Avatar to help out. Librarian trying to get the cap, but it's just going to be shot off it by the Fire Prism, I think. Terminators can do so without getting knocked over. He used Gate of Infinity to get them in there. 18 to 66 on the VPs. What the hell is this? Scouts coming up to base here and dying. Avatar with Mark target on it, taking a lot of damage. Blue team are getting a cap here. If they win this, that's crazy. Another Fire Prism on the way for Dog. Terminators are really making a difference here, not being knocked over by the Fire Prism. There it is. They get the cap. 14 to 64, but can they hold it? Something being called in. Marky Mark with some more tactical marines on the field. Just with some extra firepower and capping power, of course. Avatar still walking around, smacking stuff to death. Wailing Doom knocks the Plague Champion clear, but they might be able to take it down. Banshees barely able to get this cap. Maybe no, they don't get the cap. They did get the decap. Land Raider Redeemer of Romulus is taking shot after shot from these Fire Prisms. They're desperately trying to repair it. Down goes the Avatar. He has that knockback on kill. on that death explosion there, but it doesn't actually do any damage, I think. Nurgly nuke from Cornholio gets those things off the cap at least, but did force Marky Mark's Vanguard Veterans to retreat, and really late Predator tank on the way for Marky Mark. Cornholio still has his Terminators. He did lose his Phobos though, but he's fighting 2 Loyalist Terminator squads. Use his Pestilent Strike. 14 to 48 on the VPs. Where is Romulus's Terminators? Oh, they're over here trying to cap. Going to be taken down by Banshees, I think, who are getting knocked over by their own Fire Prism shots. Oh, they teleported out. Here comes Marky Mark. Terminators of Romulus, some new ones here. Vanguard Veterans jumping in, trying to get this cap. Wow, they took so much damage though. Blue team with another push. That beacon back there, I think, helping them to come back into the fight a little bit sooner here. Ouch. Romulus's assault squad down to 40 hit points and shot to death by the Fire Prism. Here come the Terminators though. Immune to your Fire Prism knockbacks. But is it going to be enough? Wow. Fire Prism has done so much work in this game. Dog has 3 of them. Andreas has 2. Tons of resources too that he's not spending here, Andreas. Let's see if he lives to regret it. Blue team somehow still in this game, but what is this? This is Stone Guard Veterans level 4 for Tramp, getting a very quick decap here. Don't think they can get a cap though, because Vanguard Veterans are smacking on them. Yep, they do run away, dropping on model, but they should be alright. 8 to 48, single cap now for red. That's the danger of pushing up there. Terminators go down. Eldritch was an attempt to catch them, I think, but didn't really need to do so in the end. Oh, destroyed that object there. Didn't think those things could be destroyed. Let's look at these heroes end of the game. Level 5 Techmarine, the level 9 Plague Champion, and a level 5 Techmarine also for Romulus. Level 3 Warlock, level 10 Techmarine for Tramp, and a level 9 Warlock for Dog. Was it a tale of those nukes? Or could Blue Team have done more? They really pushed hard at the end and made a real game of it, even after losing a lot. Tramp still had his Land Raider, was just chilling out over here the whole time. Look at the resources that Andreas has at the end. 1400 rec, almost 600 power. Crazy. Maybe could have helped lock up the game a little bit sooner if he spent it. But there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.